JaceyTV, people meeting people, making memories. Welcome back to the Lunch Table Podcastatx. My name is Jacey David. I call it the Lunch Table because when I was in school, the only time that I feel I could be myself and I could be candid towards my friends was during lunch. So hence the name, the Lunch Table. I've been working on this on and off since 2018, and it's just a passion project of mine. Um, what else we got? To help to help support the channel, you can go to jactv.com and you can purchase some of our newer merch. Right now, we're pushing the bread for the head because my thing is a lot of people are talking, but when they are speaking, they aren't saying anything, Voices of value, having something of substance to share to the world and not just regurgitated information, but something of substance that people can use to improve their lives. And for me at this age, that's all that I am tuning into. It's just voices of value. If it's not voices of value, then it's really wasting my time, and it's not anything that I want to pursue. So I'm fully aware of that, and I'll move accordingly. Another way that you can support the channel is by going to jactv.com and you can purchase my new ebook, Become a Lead Star, the 8 Guidelines for Effective Communication. I truly believe, I know because I actually employ these strategies. If you employ the strategies in Lead Star, it will improve communication across the board in every aspect of your life. I've been working on it since 2008. I learned it in 2008, and I've been applying it ever since. And there is a pseudoscience to communicating. And have you ever walked in a room and with a group of people, and you were having a conversation with a number of them, and then after the meet, there was someone that kind of really stuck in your head. You're like, I really like this person. I don't know what it is, but I really like this person. I guarantee you that they were applying those 8 guidelines. Become a Lead Star. Again, you can get that at jactv.com. That's jaceytv.com. That's how you can support the show. I'm working on my empathy, and I am working on my communication for this season and just in general in my personal life. I'm all about personal development and just being better than I was the previous day, whether it's mentally, physically, spiritually, and also financially. I am better at some than others, but I aim for that. I aim to improve. I aim to get better. That's like my motto, or just like one of my mottos is just to aim to be better than I was the previous day. So I am constantly questioning the process. I am constantly questioning, what did I do? What worked, what didn't work, and what can I do better? I talked about this last week about evaluating. It's like my mind is constantly doing that, is operating on that level. So for others who don't, I can be a bit much because I'm always looking for what's optimal, what's efficient, what's optimal. And I don't like wasted time. I do not like wasted time. Understanding what I understand, wasted time is like it's a no-no, and for those who are high functioning and and want to and have goals to accomplish and pursue, they know, man, we can't waste no time. So like, I don't like to be around anybody that wastes time, or I don't like to involve myself in any activities that will waste my time from my goals. A couple of things I want to talk about. Knowing when to say yes makes you know when to say no, allowing it easier to let go. The things we're going to talk about today are going to revolve around that. Again, the lunch table, well, not again, but I'm not going to hold you. Average lunch is like half an hour to an hour. I'm not going to hold you longer than that. I don't know how people listen to podcasts for over, honestly, half an hour. But if they are entertaining and scintillating, I get it, but I'm not going to hold you. I'm going to hold you to the name of the show, 30 minutes to half an hour. But I got to get this off my chest. And I may start going live every day. We're not every day, Monday through Friday. I'm thinking about doing that. I'm working home. I'm remote now. I don't have to be anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So like my time truly is mine. All of it, you know, all of my time is truly is mine. I mean, yes, working from home, but that's easy, you know. But I don't have to physically be anywhere, so I can really allocate other areas of my day to different jobs and different activities and different tasks. So, but yeah, so I may go live 5 days. I may start going. I'm thinking about that, but I'm sorry, but that's neither here or there. Knowing when to say yes makes you know when to say no, allowing it easier to let go. Knowing when to say yes makes it easier to say no, allowing it. I'm sorry, forgive me. Knowing when to say yes makes you know when to say no, allowing it easier to let go. I had something, I believe, like one of the major issues that we as humans deal with is getting out of the situation, getting out of the negative, getting out of the bad situation, because they're all going to come. The positive, the negative, the melancholy, all of them are going to come. But when we get inside, but when we as humans get into a bad situation, I believe what we fail at is extracting ourselves out of that situation in due time before the damage has been done. Because we do not know what to look for. We do not know the red flags to pay attention to, but they are there. One of the things that I would like to express to you, or of regarding what to look for, whether I am in a relationship, a situation, something that is uncomfortable, I don't know about this. Here's one of the main things that you want to look for is reciprocation in the beginning. Most definitely consistently, but what you want to look for is reciprocation. What is reciprocation? It's 50-50. Imagine a fraction, okay? The number on the top is the numerator, the number on the bottom is the denominator. If the number on top is equal to the number on the bottom, then it is reciprocated. It is reciprocated. It is even. Even. When you hear reciprocation, think of equal sign. Equal sign. So whatever level of effort is being pushed, is being exerted on this side of the equal sign, that same level of energy must be exerted on the opposite side of the equal sign. So if that's not happening in whatever relationship that you're in, whether it's platonic, romantic, or business, I'm not saying immediately extract, but address the issue. Most definitely address the issue. One of my main things I used to do was once I was upset about a situation or I didn't like what was going on, I just duck and run. I mean, I didn't duck, but I just dip and run without talking, without communicating. I was like, man, F that, gone, which is immature, which is not high emotional intelligence, because people don't know what they don't know. And before you let go and cut ties, you must do your part first. You must cross your T's and dot your I's. You must do your part first. And over the past few years, I've been doing my part. I've been better at a couple weeks ago, or I think last week, weathering the storm, doing my part, because we must do our part. So if there is discourse, it must be addressed and communicated. But again, you must be aware that immediately, have those attendants up immediately. If a deal or energy or the phone calls or emails, what have you, if it's not being reciprocated, address it. Address it again if it continues to happen. And now, after you've addressed it twice, after the initial one, that's 3 times. Take the emotions out of it, okay? After that 3rd time, just like in baseball, remove yourself without any emotion. Because if you know going in, this is what I am looking for, this is what I'm going to, here is my line. This is how much I am going to take. This is the line. If you know that going in, if you have a plan regarding if it works or regarding if it does not work going in, then the emotions are out of it. The emotions are out of it once you are aware and you have a plan. And I dealt with that this week. I was working on this comedy show, and we talked weeks ago about the deal and how we were going to move forward. And these individuals, they did not follow through. I communicated it 2 more times professionally via text, and still no go. So I was a little bit flustered and upset, but right now, like I'm operating at a level now. Like I know what I know. I know what I want, so I know what I don't want, and I'm okay with if the situations that I am in aren't playing out, because that's just telling me that's not for you, sir. Because right now I am operating at a high frequency. I'm at a good place, and not just when you see me, but when you don't see me. I'm working on a lot of things personally to help improve myself, because again, success is not it's what you attract by the person that you become. It's what you attract by the person that you become. So I know I'm operating at an optimal level. So when the situations in my life aren't playing out the way that I want them to play out, I'm fully aware. Yo, JC, that's just not for you, bro. That's not for you. I used to get so hung up and mad at the situations that aren't working out, that aren't happening, you know? But I can't control that. I cannot control what other people do. And I can't control fully of what happens to me. But I can control, and I am responsible for my response to what happens. How's that quote go? I am not responsible for everything that happens to me, but I am responsible for my response to what happens. I'm gonna say it again. Great quote. I am not responsible for everything that happens to me, but I am responsible for my response to what happens. Self-control, being aware of that fact removes the emotion out of it once things do not play out. But again, that takes time, it takes wisdom. But I am operating at that level, and it's more than about me operating at that level. It's key that we all operate at that level, because it relieves the stress. Yes, there will be we'd be a little upset that the situation that we wanted to work didn't work. But if we are fully aware of our boundaries, then the stress won't prolong. The stress won't prolong. All right. Very key, very key, very key to remember that. Be aware of what you're saying yes to, because it will make you know what to say no to, which will allow you to let go. I am transitioning more, not more, but I am transitioning out of entertainment per se, as in producing comedy shows, producing podcasts, producing docu-series, little segments. I'm still going to do that, but it's going to be oriented towards education and youth development. I've been doing it since I was like 19, really. I've been involved in education ever since then. My mom's a teacher. My dad was a teacher, preacher, counselor. So like it's in me to teach and to give back. So I'm leaning towards that. I'm going to lean into that. So I'm going to use entertainment as my vehicle to push youth and education. Youth development and education. Makes more sense, because my thing is this: if one of the things I wanted to discuss was kind of you're not special. Okay, that sounds like boo-boo. But let me expound upon that. You're not special if you're not giving back. At a certain time in your life, a certain age, a certain maturity, I'm not going to put an age on it, but at a certain maturity mentally, if you aren't giving back, if you aren't giving back to the community, giving back what you've learned, regurgitating back into the community, the positive things that you have learned from life and giving and teaching the youth, then you aren't doing anything. If you're not helping if you're not helping people in general with your resources, then you're not doing anything. You're not special. You got to know that. If you're flaunting your money and the way that you're flaunting your money is not helping people, then you're not special. Whether you're a man, whether you are a woman, whether you are young, whether you are old, what you do with your money and your time, that's what makes you legitimate and of substance. If you're still flaunting money and not assisting people, then you are in a state of arrested development. Men or women, if all that you are providing is something that if all that you are providing is something that has an if it's something that has an expiration date on it, if it has an expiration date on what you are providing, what you are giving to the community, it's not good enough. Cars and material things, yeah, those are good for the time being, but infrastructure, systems, if you're giving that, jobs, if you're giving that to the community, if you're giving those types of resources and opportunities back to the community, back to the people, then you're doing something, then you're special. So shout out to all of my philanthropists. Shout out to all of the people giving back to the community, giving back to the people, because now it's coming full circle. Because at a certain time, it's just like it's no longer about you. You know, ego. We got to grow out of that. We got to grow out of that. So you're not special if you're not giving back to the people, because at the end of the day, you're at your spot because somebody gave back to you, and that's just our duties. That's our duties, and we can't forget that. Decisions, the decisions we make, man, it's and this is for the younger folk, but it's for everybody, but for sure the younger folk, our decisions and what we choose to do, it totally affects your future. Now, there are some things that aren't as important as the others. True. There are some things that aren't as important as others, but still, where you are and where you're going to be are the culminations of all of the decisions you make. So just practice good habits, practice good habits. It's so easy to fall into bad habits because you don't think that what you're doing is going to stick. Your habits come from your behavior. Again, awareness. My father always used to be, he always used to talk about this word, awareness. So being aware of the fact that my behavior affects my habits. My behavior is going to affect the things that I like to do, how I think, how I move, what I want, what I put in my body. So if I'm aware of that, of my behavior is going to affect my habit or my habits or vice versa, then I'm going to be aware of what I'm doing. I'm going to practice good habits. Why? Because I respect the power of habits, because I respect the power of behavior. If you don't respect the power of behavior and habits, you're going to get lost in the sauce. That's how addiction happens. People get so far gone, they have committed this act over and over and over and over and over again. They were fully unaware of the the depths that they were dropping. And now they're looking up, they're like, what the fuck? I'm so deep. Forgive me for cursing, but oh my goodness, I'm so deep. Yes. Because they were practicing bad habits. But there's a flip side to that. Like I used to always tell my students, practice good habits because they're going to affect your future, good and bad. So practice the good ones. I know it's so easy to practice the bad ones, but practice the good ones because they also stick. How you think, what you do in the morning, your routine, it sticks. Now, one thing I had to learn as well is you may fall off, you got a routine, you have an itinerary, and things don't go exactly how you want them to go. It's not a failure. It's not a failure if it doesn't go according to plan every single time. And for you perfectionists out there, and for you individuals who think that way, relax. And I'm talking to myself as well. You know, this is therapy for me. Just because it doesn't go according to plan and you don't, let's say, follow through as you want it to every single time. I'm not saying give yourself days off, but if you don't, if you mess up a few times, or if you fall off a week or a few days, don't kill yourself. Okay? Just stay consistent. Stay consistent. All right? Feel bad about those days, but don't kill yourself over those days, you know? You gotta stay consistent and don't kill yourself over the days that you don't accomplish all of your goals. Okay. Just that very next day, you gotta catch up, follow through, follow through, follow through. Success is boring. Success is not bells and whistles. I mean, that's the party at the end, but the actual day-to-day success is boring. It's very consistent. It is a system. Success is a system. And it is very boring. And if you can get used to being bored and being boring, oh man, if you can get used for your day-to-day, the things that you were doing for them to be boring, oh man, you're gonna enjoy everything else. But the actual work is very consistent, you know. It's got to be these orders of operations will produce this result. On Monday, it's going to look like this, so I can produce that result. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm not reinventing the wheel. So success is boring. Yes, you tweak it to work on certain areas, but it is boring. Training to work out, my goodness, I played football for so many years, but those workouts, it ain't fun. I mean, I enjoyed it because I knew it was going to get me better, but it's not fun. It fucking hurts. You know what I'm saying? It's not fun. It hurts. It's painful. But it's for a but it's for a reason, you know. So just decisions. What we got? I think I'm through, man. Um, oh, a shout out people who I work with in the city. Shout out Damo in the city. She's a fantastic caterer. She does great. She makes fantastic and edible and healthy vegan food options. Not all, but whatever that you want that is on her menu that's healthy. She's got you. Her main motto is gut health. You know, so all of the ingredients and all of the food that she makes, it is healthy for the gut, gut health. Shout out Hollis Edwards III, fantastic actor, up and coming actor in Austin, Texas. He's got this movie that he's working on called The Relic. It's his first feature, and I've never seen him this excited about a project. I've seen some of the he's got the promo, one of the previews out, the preview out for The Relic Dragon. Amazing work. It looks amazing, and he's a fantastic actor, and I'm excited for that to come out. So shout out to Hollis L. Edwards III. He's got other projects in the works as well. Also, Charlie Mack. Shout out Charlie Mack, touring comedian, funny Charlie Mack. Fantastic artist, very consistent. He's a hustler, he's a grinder, and he is excelling at a rapid pace. So shout out to funny Charlie Mack, Damo in the city, and Hollis L. Edwards III. Those are the three entertainers that I stay connected with, and I salute them to their consistency and their discipline. And moreover than that, they're extremely talented. Because there are a lot of people who are, they are consistent and they are disciplined. They just don't have the chops. It is what it is. You know, if you out here, you either got it or you don't, or you can try to get in where you fit in, but they ain't got to do that. They don't have to try to get in where they fit in. They fit in. Hollis, Damo, Charlie, they fit in. So shout out to them. And in closing, again, the new merch is in. So the new bread for the head tees, they are in. We've got the white. We've got multiple colors. but we've got the white, we've got the yellow, and these are the tees, unisex. So, men and women. And we've also got the bread for the head hoodies. We got multiple colors, bread for the head. Again, everybody's, I don't mind people saying anything, but when you speak, have something of substance and say it with some type of eloquence. But yeah, bread for the head. We got the tees, we got the hoodies, and also, oh, hold on. And the trucker hats. Bread for the head, trucker hats. Okay. You get these at JaceyTV.com, JaceyTV.com. And also, the new logo for the lunch table. We also have the trucker hats, but we also have them on tees and hoodies. I like the purple, the light ash purple. I was a big fan of that. But we have them in multiple colors. But yeah, you can get the shirts, the hoodies, and the trucker hats. The shirts, the hoodies, and the trucker hats. JaceyTV.com. Also, the ebook, Become a Lead Star, 8 Guidelines for Effective Communication. Of employing these skills will improve communication across every aspect of your life regarding relationships. And subscribe. People Meeting People, Making Memories, JaceyTV, Youth Pathways Project, Youth Development, Education, Entertainment. That is that's the lane I'm in. Stay tuned, meet people, make memories. Love you, family. We out. Next week.